Yeah, so big news. The big news is I am retiring from uh, professional racing at the conclusion of Supercross this year. Salt Lake City will be my last race. Of course, it's a bittersweet moment for me because you guys know I love racing. I love the sport. But from a health standpoint, for me, I have basically, as I've talked about here and there, I have a nerve injury that is kind of related to some of my earlier injuries with my shoulder dislocations. It's called the brachial plexus. It sits at the top of the shoulder. Nerve endings go down and control a lot of what's going on with your hand. And basically those nerves got really stretched out and damaged along the way. And it has been progressively getting worse. It started in the end of 2019 and it's kind of been progressively getting worse since. And it's put me on the ground a lot too, like with my hand slipping off the handlebar, and it's caused me a lot of other injuries as well. I think I've had 10 or 12 different procedures, different surgeries to try to get it fixed. And at this point, I think the best I can do is just rest it. And yeah, it's bittersweet, like I said, but I have fought and done everything that's in my control. I feel really proud of what I've done, and kind of this year, starting the year, it was kind of getting a little bit worse in the off season, and I started the year and kind of realized that I wasn't going to be up to the level that I think is kind of productive for me, I guess, or worth the risk. So I saw that I was kind of capped out, where I was, and I think it's the perfect time to move on. Having time to kind of reflect on my career. Of course, there's so many highlights that come to my mind. My amateur career was great, and I had a lot of really good races and experiences there, and with Mitch and his Pro Circuit Kawasaki program, winning the 2019 Motocross Championship was, I think, probably the proudest moment of my career, especially coming off of Supercross, kind of heartbreaking fashion, losing the championship there at the last race, and kind of coming back and doing that. That was great. And really, it's just the whole journey, who it's made me. I feel like I've had to rebuild myself many times throughout the inevitable highs and lows of this sport, and I just feel so grateful to have been a part of it. I've always loved this. I always will love it, and to be able to say I kind of won races at every level, accomplished a lot of things that a lot of people don't get to. Just a kid from Orlando, Florida, and to be sitting here today with a solid 10-year career under my belt in the pro ranks, man, I'm really proud. Of course, with this announcement, I've been thinking about where I go from here. I'm 27 years old, and I still, I want to contribute to the sport. I mean, I want to be in the sport and in the industry. There's nothing else I would rather do. Obviously, it's going to be in a different capacity, not as a rider, and I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet. I originally, starting the year, I was planning on at least finishing out the year, and I thought I had until October to kind of iron these things out, but with everything happening so fast, we don't have an exact plan. But I know I have my podcast, of course, plugged in. I'm going to be creating a bunch of content on social media, and my dream is to be one of the voices of Supercross one day. I think I have a very unique experience in the sport, and I love being around it. I love talking about it, and I look forward to being able to highlight how great these athletes are.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.